About your defense, I was going to ask you about one thing I noticed this week that you guys were doing well is whenever they got any kind of chance to get back in the game, you'd answer almost instantly. What'd you like about doing that again tonight? When they tied it, you had a goal almost immediately.
Yeah, we talk a ton about momentum management, right? So you got to grab it back. When they grab momentum, we got to get right back at it and grab it back. And it was a good reaction. We've had it a couple of games this year. We've been able to kind of respond right away, which is a good sign. It was nice to grab that lead again. Obviously, just to stymie any type of momentum they're going to get. So just response to the bench, guys talked about, hey, no biggie, let's move on, let's get it. And we went over that next shift was good.
It almost seemed like a similar type game to last night. I mean, scoring was a little different when it happened, but it's the same final score, empty net goal, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it felt the same. I thought, I thought it was just one of those nights, but it was a hard game to manage your bench because there was a ton of special teams. So some guys were limited, trying to stay active on the bench. Guys that don't get into special situations were limited minutes there tonight, unfortunately. But it's the way the game went.
When you're playing a 2-game series, you had a tough visit to do what you did like 2 nights in a row because obviously teams are going to make adjustments after the first game. And were you kind of surprised that you had an almost similar type of game as you had last night?
Yeah, well, just I did. When you pre-scale, you kind of take a peek at that to see if they're making a lot of adjustments on the second night. A lot of times you are who you are, right? As a team, I thought tonight they made some adjustments on their breakout. They were kicking out with speed through neutral zone instead of working on a bump back all the time. So there were subtle changes like that I thought were important. Yeah, the one thing we got to get better at, we got to get better on the face-off dot. They got the face-off goal tonight, but for us, it's a situation where we're not over 50% in most games, and want to be a puck possession team that starts there. So it puts us in a jam on special teams a lot of times.
And defensively, I talked to Jordan last night and Greg tonight. I mentioned when Terrence and Kelly gone, guys are kind of having to move up to the roles. What have you liked about what Greg's done this year?
Well, I thought he was a man back there this weekend defensively, and then all of a sudden, he's had an offense this year, which is great. But it's I've been asked about it a little bit. It's just opportunity. Yeah. Those guys took a lot of the offensive opportunity away from those guys because they warranted it and they had it. So now all of a sudden he's getting that chance, and all of a sudden you see he's got some skill. He can bomb a puck. He's seeing some lanes. So kudos to him. But like the thing is, his game is also elevated defensively. He's got a great stick. He's physical. He's a big boy. So he's in a good spot here as a player.
Have you been happy just overall with how it seems like a lot of these guys have developed? If you had judged this year's defense on what they did last year, the fan might have been a little concerned there. It looks like everybody's kind of elevated their game.
Maybe good. Like we still have some consistency issues with some of the guys that haven't played a ton coming in, and that's where you see us kind of going fluctuating from maybe a Friday or Saturday performance. I thought we sustained our physicality and our identity more this weekend than we'd had the last 2 weekends. Yeah. We challenged our guys today. This Saturday was an important game for us to back up a Friday physical game. But they're making strides, right? Like it's like guys aren't going. The thing I tell people is they're not going from some of our guys not playing to a major role here. Yeah. So it's like we're asking them to take major steps versus just like, oh hey, okay, get a little bit more ice time here. They're going into a big role. So that's where I think some of the inconsistencies have happened, but I was really happy with their effort this weekend.
Just overall, what did you like about what the team was able to do this weekend?
Played a lot more to our identity, I thought, than the previous weeks. I thought our decor was outstanding. I think they were extremely tough to play against, and that's what we need. And we had a bunch of guys in our forward group, I think, that really played their role to a T here this weekend, and that's exactly what we need.
What do you like about the offense? It looks like it's similar to last year's. I mean, there's lots of chances. It doesn't look like even though you lost a couple of goal scorers that you're struggling. Have you liked what you've seen so far from the offense?
I think compared to maybe our freshman year, I think the team's changed a little bit into where we're. I think we've got a lot more skill and playmaking ability, and at times that's taken away from our identity. We still want to be hard, physical, and play fast, and just be tough to play against. And I think, especially the first couple of games, it's tough for guys. They come out of different roles where they previously played, and they come in here and they have to adjust. And I think that was kind of tough. But going forward, I think we're going to keep better. Keep getting better and better at that.
Do you feel like your roles changed at all this year, or are you still kind of trying to do the same stuff you did a year ago?
I think as a player, there was maybe a little bit of untapped offensive abilities that I try to get better at. But just in general, I think wearing a letter, I just have more responsibilities. But as the type of player I am, I don't think it has changed much. The only thing I'm trying to do is get better in all areas of my game. I still got a higher ceiling than where I'm at right now, and I'm always trying to improve. But compared to last year, responsibilities on and off the ice have changed for me a little bit, that's for sure.
And it doesn't look like obviously like the defensive side has changed. You still do the same things. Is that one thing you want to make sure even if you started scoring more that you were still
Yeah.
doing all those defensive things?
Yeah,
too?
I mean, it's a huge part of my game.
Yeah.
Coach relies on me as, he's putting me out there at the end. He wants me to take face-offs in the D zone because, he knows I'm trying to be responsible in our zone. I think that's, maybe where we struggled a little bit at the start of the season too is we trying to go offense and make skill plays, and sometimes you just gotta, make sure that you secure the puck first and have a defensive first mentality. And I thought the entire forward group especially did a fantastic job staying above piles, staying on the D side of pucks this weekend.
First, before I ask you about defenses, you asked about the goal you scored tonight. What you kind of see on that shot?
Honestly, Neeks gave me a really good pass. We worked it around. I mean, the power play in general, we've been feeding pucks around. Thousie, Deb, and Eags, we've kind of been working it backdoor, like finding seams, moving pucks quick. And on that one, I just had the wide open lane, so I figured I'd shoot. So I think goalie was a weak high blocker, so.
I know scoring's not your main job, but you've been doing a lot more of it this year than in the past. What's kind of been different for you, do you think, so far this season?
I think just the role in general. I've been put with some of these guys, like Aaron and Neeks, kind of getting to work with that line. You're put in different spots each year, and this year it's kind of my role to take over, kind of lead offensively, and I think we've been doing that.
That's one tough thing with college sports is every year teams lose people, but the good part about it is people get a chance to kind of step up. And do you feel like this is a chance for you to kind of move into maybe a bit more prominent role with this team too, just because the people have been gone and everybody's kind of going up a step, or
I think so. Yeah. I mean, we got a good group. We got a lot of guys taking big strides this series, like defensively, offensively. I think it's my turn to kind of jump in offensively and kind of help these guys and assist them and do the best I can to produce.
And what did you last say? I was going to see what you thought about the job you guys did tonight on the defensive side of the ice, especially killing penalties again for a second straight night.
I thought it was fantastic. Like defensively, they couldn't handle our big D. I mean, Schneids, McCarthy, those guys have been stepping up the blue. Underwood's done a phenomenal job coming in as a young guy. They couldn't handle us. Our forwards as well. Mar on the back check has been phenomenal all year long. And just it helps so much having those guys come back for you, helping you out, staying above guys. It gives them nothing, allows us to step and kind of play the body that way.
And I mean, I kind of talked about last night too, but after a tough weekend last week, it was like to have a perfect, penalty kill weekend this week.
It's fantastic. I mean, the guys have been working hard all week. I know we got some of the younger guys like Clark and JC who've been really taking a big stride, trying to figure the role. And I think they're getting the hang of it, and it came together. It started with that first one. We got it out of the way, finally killed it off, and then it kind of snowballed from there. Momentum kept going.
First, I was going to ask you about just what it feel like to get back into the lineup after missing some time with the injury.
It felt great to be back. I just try to keep it simple, use my physicality and not try to do too much out there, and I think it worked.
What are you going to see, like, especially on penalty kills, what are you going to see your main role being on this team? Like, what do they kind of look for you to do?
Yeah, I think I try to play a responsible game. I'm a bigger body and I can play physical and get in shot lanes, so just blocking shots and following the game plan.
I was wondering too about, the goal you scored tonight. What did you kind of see in that particular play?
I didn't see much. I just the puck jumped out to me and I just shot it, and I saw it sitting there on the back of his pad, so just hoping it rolled in.
Were you nervous at all when they were looking at it for a bit? Or
yeah, I was wondering if it didn't go in, but I was pretty sure it had rolled back, so I was confident.
It was the second straight night where you guys answered fairly quickly to them scoring too. What does that do for your team if you give up a lead and you can get it right back that quickly?
I think it's huge.
Yeah.
Like looking back to last year, we had a team that was real solid, and I think this team is starting to evolve into that, where if the other team goes up by a goal or two, we're not getting too worried. We're playing by the game plan and keeping it simple, and there's no doubt in our mind we're going to come back on top.